So today I thought I would talk to you about Lockhart's books. There's quite a lot of buzz going around about her latest book, We Are Liars, which is being published by Hotkey Books in May. And people from the UK might not be aware that that's actually her 8th single author YA book. And so I thought I would inform everybody by talking about how wonderful all her other books are, and where I think you should start. So I'll start by talking about those of her books which were published in the UK. Because some of the books are in a series, I will talk to you first about Fly on the Wall, which I think is the book which kind of sums up what Lockhart is all about. It's quirky, it's about a girl who goes to an art school and feels like she doesn't really have a place, and like she's not like good an artist because the teachers keep criticising her for drawing Spider-Man and comics all the time instead of doing fine art like she's supposed to. And anyway, she has this crush on a boy, but she hasn't really gotten to know him at all. And then one day she gets turned into a fly on the wall of the boys' changing rooms. She is stuck there for several days, and she finds out all these little secrets the boys have. She finds out who's insecure, who's been telling their secrets to some of their friends but not to others. She finds out lots of things about the boy she's got a crush on, and about the fact that the changing room is bigger than the girls' changing room. It's really, really fun and really, really interesting. It's great if you've ever wanted to sort of see how people are when they're not in complete public, you know, when they're with their group of friends or when they're on their own. Kind of gives you a little view into that with this group of characters. And it's a really great read, so I definitely recommend that as a place to start. Next up is The Boyfriend List, and this is my very battered copy. I don't actually have a copy of Fly on the Wall because I got it from the library. The Boyfriend List is the first in a quartet, the Ruby Oliver Quartet, and it's about a girl called Ruby, obviously. Her boyfriend breaks up with her and then starts going out with her best friend, and Ruby kind of makes a few mistakes and becomes, as she would put it, a social leper and famous slut. Ruby is a very funny narrator, and you really sympathise with her. I feel sorry for her when she, as she tells you, she starts having panic attacks, and her parents send her off to Dr. Z, or Dr. Z I suppose, this is an American book, who has her write a list of all the boys she's had a crush on or been associated with romantically, or kissed, or that's had a thing for her, like her whole life so far. And all the chapters are her talking about each of the boys, and then also at the same time carrying on what's happening sort of in the present day. So this is the first in the series. It's followed by the boy book. This is actually the US paperback, but it was published in the UK. I just got the US one because I thought then at least 3 out of 4 of my books would match. As it turns out, I was wrong. So yeah, this continues the story, and there's a school trip, and things are starting to develop with her and some other boys maybe, and Ruby's generally confused as ever. And it's it's a really fun book, and I just love the Ruby Oliver books. They are kind of, as with Fly on the Wall, they're educational and yet fun at the same time. And I read the first in the series when I was like 20, 21, and I still learn stuff then. And that's the end of the Lockhart books that are published in the UK, because none of the others have, which I don't understand. Publishers, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, the final 2 books in the quartet are The Treasure Map of Boys and Real Life Boyfriends, and they just continue the story really. I can't go into it without spoiling, but they carry on the same, continuing Ruby's life at Tate Prep, and dealing with her parents and life on a houseboat and all the other wonderful quirky stuff that's in her life. What I really love about Lockhart's books is that they are quirky and realistic at the same time. And I think the next book that I'm going to talk about, Dramarama, really exemplifies this. I haven't got my copy of Dramarama because I'm not sure where I put it. Dramarama, I think, is actually out of print in the US as well, which is really sad because it's brilliant. I mean, what are you doing, publishers? You need to buy it and promote it properly, and yay. Dramarama is about a girl called Sarah, who is kind of dissatisfied with her life and her persona until she becomes friends with this boy who is like her, really into musical theatre, and then she starts this kind of starts the process of her reinventing herself. She buys herself new clothes and changes her name to Sadie, and then they go to theatre camp, and at first she's really excited to be there, but then it's kind of not going the way she wants. And I personally thought the ending really worked. It was very true to the character and realistic, but it's a bit of a controversial one. So your mileage may vary, but I would still recommend Dramarama because it is a lot of fun. And I was kind of jealous reading it of the way that Sadie reinvents herself as a teenager, because I fantasised about doing that a lot and never did it. You know, I used to always dream at the start of the summer holidays that by September I would have come up with a whole new identity for myself, and then I'd strut back into school and be amazing and fabulous and popular, and it all work out. And I never did. I stuck to wearing polo shirts and jeans until I was about 16. Finally, the Disreputable History of Frankie Lano Banks, which I have 2 copies of because I'm obsessed. I think this is the one that people are most likely to have read because it won a couple of awards and was quite well promoted by the publisher, and it's quite an interesting storyline that's quite unique, and I think that's why it's received a lot of coverage and had quite a bit of hype back in the day. I say back in the day, but it was a few years ago now. It's about this girl called Frankie who infiltrates the all-male secret society at her exclusive boarding school. And she really defies other people's expectations of who she is, and she gets into a lot of trouble and has a lot of fun. It's quite interesting because the main character isn't likeable, and I think it's a good one to revisit because the subject of unlikable protagonists has come up a lot lately, I think, in blog posts and articles that I've seen online. And I like Frankie. I think she would be a very interesting person to hang out with, but she does kind of damage a lot of her relationships, and she's not kind and sweet and nice. She does things because they are interesting, and she does things because she thinks the status quo is not fair. And I kind of think a lot of people could aspire to be a bit more like Frankie in that way. There's also How to Be Bad, which isn't a solo book. It's with 2 other authors, and I haven't read that yet because my library didn't have it, but I found out recently that I could order it from another library, so that's fine. I can read it soon. And of course We Are Liars. I cannot wait. I will be down there at the bookshop on the day it comes out, I'm sure, because how can I not? And I just can't do the pre-ordering thing because it might not come in time. You know, I want to have it in my lukewarm little hands, lukewarm giant hands, like as soon as I can. So yeah, I'm really excited for that one. I really love Lockhart. She is one of my favourite authors, and I hope that as a writer, one day I'll be able to be, I don't know, 3/4 as good as her. So let me know in the comments if you've read any books by E. Lockhart and what you thought of them. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Bookish Brits, and you'll see me again soon. Bye!